What's up, Backbreaker Nation? This is one of the Backbreaker Brothers. I'm just showing you the video gaming history of the Backbreaker Brothers channel. How me and my brother ended up making this channel, but basically just to show you, give you a brief history on us as far as our video gaming experience. Me and my brother has been playing since the Atari era. He's 2 years younger than me. We both grew up playing video games, Atari to Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Sega Dreamcast, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, Sega Genesis, also PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, 3, and so on, also Xbox as well. But we've been playing video games for a minute now, and basically from the era of gameplay over graphics, where back then graphics wasn't the standard. It was actually gameplay. If your game didn't have gameplay, you basically was out of business basically. So me and my brother one day were just reminiscing, talking about Madden versus 2K football, and how I love that the whole debate thing. I mean, video game is almost like rap battling, where you going back and forth, depending on your preference. And we end up talking about how a lot of companies now are steering more away from gameplay and making this whole graphics look. And I don't know where that came from, but maybe because more and more casual gamers came on. But I can't blame it strictly on casual gamers. It's mostly developers that do that. I mean, the companies that do that. But me and him were talking, and how we're talking about how football video gaming basically need to be. I was like, I need a football game that I don't need no license. I need to be gritty, tackles out the wazoo, on the field action, and just that's what I want. That's what I was prepared for. I was prepared for a game to come out, and before I know it, started to look up, and a new game started to come out. That was a Backbreaker. So did my research on this new game Backbreaker, and started to look at this gentleman started Natural Motion. I don't know his name. I'm not too big on names. All I care is about if you make the effort of doing something that other people didn't do, I'll hop on. As long as this is good and I could play it, we could work. So basically dropped out of, I believe it's PhD program. I could be wrong, but dropped out of college, started Natural Motion. Ended up making a Euphoria engine. Before you know it, decided to make the Euphoria engine show the unlimited possibilities of Backbreaker. Unlimited possibilities of his engine in a football game, which is Backbreaker. So one of the things that amazes me more than anything is the fact that he's outside the United States. You would think that at the 2K8 somebody would have basically the balls to make another football game, but nobody decided to until this game came out. So this game comes out, I ain't going to even lie. When I ended up researching it, my brother ended up looking at it, and he was like, what are you looking at? I said, this game called Backbreaker is coming out. So he's taking a look at it. We're checking out videos on YouTube. Before you know it, my brother takes over the laptop and looks at all this stuff. He's like, oh my gosh. So I end up going to see, my brother's up until the wee hours of the morning, watching the feed on Backbreaker, what people have uploaded, stuff like that. He's like, man, we gotta get this. This is the following day now. He's been up all night watching these videos. He said, we gotta get this game. So we go half and half. I think it was $60 at the time, I believe. If not, it was 30, somewhere around there. So we end up putting our money to get the game. And I ain't gonna even lie, at first, this is actually one of the first football games I had. It was a learning curve. It was a serious learning curve. If you came from Super Nintendo to PlayStation and everything, having the XY or the buttons that you got to press it, you're used to that. So I had to basically come out of that, go into practice mode a couple of times to learn how to pass, how to run the ball, spin juking, everything. I'm still learning to this day. I haven't figured out how to do the backstep yet. I'll learn that eventually, but in my arsenal before I start playing online. Majority of my games are played strictly on versus the computer. Eventually I'll hop on and play online, just some of the people that have actually made channels for Backbreaker, and hopefully we get a game going. But Started to play it, and I really started to realize that this game was no joke. I mean, when the developer told you that not every two tackles are the same. Not, I mean, basically every tackle is different, like in real life. I thought he was joking until I realized that. So then, whoever is looking at my channel for the first time and want to actually play Backbreaker, get a video camera. It's a learner curve, and you got to get around the learner curve. Once you do that, Backbreaker is one of the most rewarding sports games I've ever played in my life. And I'm not saying I play soccer games, baseball games, everything. This one right here is it for me. Until Backbreaker 2 comes out, I'm gonna play this joint till my PlayStation 3 blows up or the CD stop working, basically. So just basically had to share that with some of you all, as far as the history of where I've come from to now. I play other games. I may make another channel dedicated to other games that I play, but this is strictly Backbreaker. I'm just so happy that I'm able to make video games, make a channel, and have a sports video game that's been out 3 years to date now, and so on. I'm still able to see stuff that I've never seen before, like the real life real football. So basically that's the era I come from. I'm big on gameplay, and to me, Backbreaker is it for me as far as football video games. Also, I'm gonna eventually make my created teams. There are teams I created that it took me days, some weeks, some even months. Some I had to come back to, and so forth and so on. I'm an artist. My talent is being an artist, and I'm able to make things that some people can't make. I basically can make almost any logo that I want. Some I've drawn out, but you'll see. But yeah, basically, I made this channel strictly for people that are looking to get Backbreaker. If you want to, play Backbreaker, buy it. Get a video camera because you're going to record stuff you've never seen before. There's a learner curve. Once you learn that learner curve, it could be one of the most rewarding things. I didn't do this to become famous, to get subscribers or anything like that. I know I'm going to get views because it's on YouTube, but I made it specifically for gamers that are looking for something different. And Backbreaker could be that different for you. If you're willing to be open and to understand that this game ain't perfect, but it'll offer you things that you've never seen before in an actual football video game, that's even better. So, in a nutshell, shout outs to LT Magic for his rosters, also Bbbrotherz, all the sim heads and everything. I just thought I had to make this just show you my background. I know sometimes I may not go into the lingo of what's going on in the play and positions and stuff like that. I just want to play football. That's all I care about. I don't need to have NFL teams or anything like that. So just like I said, just like this game I was looking for, maybe you looking for this type of game too. But let me end this like I normally end it, only in Backbreaker. Holla.